Well, if you don't have any more questions, we are going to continue with some clips. And now we have I think it's not a very complicated situation with the bear hug. As you remember in the past, we had some controversy about when it would be possible to use bear hug with one grip, tori, uke. Simple. If you want to apply bear hug, you must have a grip before. If not, you cannot do it. It doesn't matter you are tori or it doesn't matter you are uke. If you apply the bear hug, again, first an initial grip. Clear? Let's try to watch some examples. I think it's not very complicated. Okay, 74. Okay. Bear hug. Clear? The point with bear hug is very important. You cannot do it. It doesn't matter if you do it below the bells or the arms, like this, like that. As long as you bow with both arms trying to surround the body of the opponent, this is bear hug. And this must be immediately mate by the referee and give a shido. But it's fundamental to be very strict with that, because sometimes if the referee is very slow, when he's going to give mate, the other is in an incredible throwing technique. And for some people it's a little, let's say, stupid that after you do that and after shido. But if you say immediately mate, everybody realizes that something is wrong and they understand much easier. So please, the recommendation for the referees, as long as you see this action, mate. And after, well, it can happen that throw or not throw, but everybody realized that the referee was totally focusing in this action and he would like to give a penalty. Mate, shido. Second time, mate, shido again. Third time, mate, shido. This is another point that we have changed in a very, very, let's say, positive way in order to be consistent as well with the penalties. That means all the technical penalties, shido. Everything that is, it can be dangerous for your own body, hansokumake, and after you can continue the fight. If it is dangerous, hansokumake, and you cannot continue the fight. This is but in every example the same. Leg grabbing, as well, you remember, first shido, second hansokumake. No. First shido, second shido, third shido. Bear hug the same. So, no one difference in some penalties or other situations, okay? So let's continue watching. All right, mate. Eh? The referee didn't give anything, you know, too late. You see the action, no grip, nothing, bear hug, clear. 76. We go relatively quick with that because it's not so interesting for discussion. We know what we are doing. The same, okay? And it doesn't matter if it is simultaneously. That means 1, 2. No, you cannot do it, okay? You cannot do it like this, and you cannot do it immediately 1, 2. Continue. Same. Okay, immediately bear hug. All right? 77 or 78, sorry. Of course, bear hug as well. So all these actions, again, simple, mate, shido, and the recommendation for the referees to do it as soon as possible. Okay, 79. Bear hug or not? Who are thinking bear hug? Raise your hands. No bear hug. Exactly. Why? Because it's one grip on the arm and the other surrounding. But this is totally different. That you can do it. Thank you. Watch. Okay. The grip is on the arm, so this is totally different, all right? 80. Okay? Any problem? This is not bear hug because it was a previous grip, what allows to the player to apply bear hug, as long as you have a previous grip. '81. Okay, the same. One grip in one side and after surrounding. Look carefully. You see? In the other example, the other camera, it was not so easy to decide if it was yes or not bear hug, but in this action you can see that it's a grip on the arm that is absolutely valid, and obviously the other hand can try to surround the body of hook. 82. The same, previous grip, valid for applying bear hug and throw the opponent and get the result. Ippon, Wasari? Wasari, clearly Wasari. It's not totally on the back, it's first, second. 83. Let's watch the other side because it's not so clear in this. Yes, it's okay. Perfect. No, I didn't see. There is a previous grip and after. And again, if something like this happens, you let continue until the result. If you think this is bear hug, simple to stop and sit. 84. Okay, clear bear hug. The only intention is to go with both arms, to surround the body of Twin Towers. 85 is possible?
Yes, sir.
In the arm, what is obvious that is valid for scoring purposes, Ippon is clear. Sorry for my interpretation.
No, because you saw the white that it was.
Okay. 86?
Yes.
There was no. Look again, no problem.
No, this
Valid.
is no problem.
Okay. It was the Koshiguruma, and after, she is the right to defend himself, but it's totally different, okay? He's not going directly to the, okay? After the attack, she is able to do that. 87. But I believe the concept of bear hug is clear for all of you, yeah? No problem. Bear hug. Don't have any grip, the blue.
No.
No, but it's not a question of the
no.
other.
No. This is no grip. It's the same that you make this. This is
Yeah.
no grip. You need to take the grip.
No, this is not grip at all. If you don't have a grip,
Maybe the other guy is
Look.
no, but this is surrounding. No, it's not valid. 88,
L'abbiamo vista.
abbiamo visto 89. Clear. There are some clear examples, some more difficult ones. Again, if there is a clear immediately mate, if there is some complication, after we check and we give the advice in one way or the other. Any questions about bear hug? Very good. Now we are going to a very important issue that we must change a little also our mind. There is breach, head defense, or no head defense. That means that if you, before I started, if you try to defend with something similar, it's not necessary to touch with the head and with the feet at the same time. This was in the very past. Now, as long as you try to do something, like it can be like a type of breach, immediately the referee gives ippon. Okay? We watch some examples, and after we go to the second step, that is head defense. But again, breach situations, the referee should give ippon. Let's watch carefully. Okay? This example, one more time. Watch. Clear example of breach. The referee immediately ippon. Why we give ippon and not Hansokumake? Because it was a very positive action that if Uke don't try to defend with the breach, he will fall on the back and he will be scored. So in this case, that is obvious that without this intention of breach could be a score, we prefer to give ippon. So in the future, to deter to the opponent to try to do something like this, because he's going to lose anyhow if you give Hansokumake or you give ippon. But we prefer to give ippon again because otherwise the landing would be on the back. 91. Okay, this is like a held defense, but also look the try to do some type of breach. In this case, acceptable as well to give ippon. Yeah, you see the head, and after the legs trying to, because it's very quick, but we prefer to give ippon. Next one. The same. The intention is to make something similar to a breach, only that is so quick. Look. Okay? Ippon. Okay, 93. Terrible. Everybody's. And terrible. Of course, ippon. But we are being more and more strict with all these situations. Why? Again, not because top players can have a strong neck and strong muscles, and they don't. Perhaps even with this situation, it's not happening big injury. But imagine if some students try to do that without a good preparation, we could have a terrible injuries, So this is one of the main points for judo, making our sport safer, fundamental. Okay, 94. Okay, the same. So, again, I believe that is quite simple. As long as you try to defend yourself with some type of breach, the decision of the referee should be scoring ippon. Clear for everybody? Good. Now we go to another type of actions where Uke defend with his head or her head. And there are two very important details. That means that when you are falling, if Uke separate the chin from the chest, is a good indication in order to take into consideration that this should be penalized because it's a head defense, okay? If there is not this situation, we'll watch later on. But again, if you try to defend, to separate in the chin for the chest, is, again, I repeat, it could be a good way of watching why you should apply the head defense. Because when Vladimir was teaching as well, when you are in your dojos, what is the first condition to the students? Please, when you call for, put your like this, never like this. It's clear. So this is what we try to follow in any action in order to avoid head or neck injuries, okay? So let's watch carefully right now. Okay, this is, look. By the way, here as well, for me, but I think the decision was to head defense. Personally, but this is, I accept the majority. For me, is the same principle that bridge, because obviously it's the head and after the leg. For me, it would be more logical to give ippon. But the decision of the seminar was to give head defense Hanso Kumake. I don't have any problems. I always saying that if you are in a highway, alone and you can see 200 cars coming, you should ask yourself who is mistaken, who is wrong. And in this case, okay, perhaps my opinion is not valid at all because the majority say, no, Juan, better to give Hanso Kumake. No problem. At the end, the same consequences, because that means if you give ippon, finish. If you receive Hanso Kumake, you can continue the competition, okay? So that means that practically is the same result. But again, we want to maintain as more as possible, the positive judo. Okay. Second. 90, 46. This is very typical. This is not really a breach. For me, this is what we want to clarify, this concept. Look, you see, he's turning the body, but using his head to avoid the landing. And this is a typical example where should be considered as head defense, okay? So this should be penalized with Hanso Kumake. Sorry, for every Hanso Kumake, the referee stopped the fight. He received the information from the two judges. Yes, Hanso Kumake, Hanso Kumake, Hanso Kumake. Even if the referee has the announcement clear for the whole team, it's better to be as well the confirmation of the supervisors. Why? Because in these important decisions, it's fundamental to have a unanimous opinion from the whole team. Yes?
Now that it's only a head defense and a bridge being scored ippon, and now we're only penalizing head defense, what is the symbol that you first use?
Sorry, sir, I didn't catch it.
What's the penalty symbol?
The penalty, you could do like this? Or you got, no, I mean, if it is a breach, obviously there is not a penalty, you give ippon. If it is a head defense, you can say, touch the head. Something simple. I mean, again, we don't have every, let's say, answer for everything. But if you want, in my opinion, it's simple to show Hanso Kumake. Everybody understand, But if somebody has a positive idea or we can find another better explanation, we are happy to hear, okay? But generally speaking, it's more than enough when you touch, you show that you touch the head, Hanso Kumake, everybody understand. Even without saying anything, everybody understand that you stop and you say Hanso Kumake. But it's good to show some signs in order that everybody can understand why he's receiving Hansokumaki. Yes?
It's better to don't show anything.
Eh?
It's better to don't show
Okay, Vladi is saying that it's better don't show anything, okay?
Yes.
But there are some people, yeah, I agree. In my opinion, you have too many examples. But it's true that if something like this happens, and you give Hansokumake, people are elite, the judo lovers know why, but they perhaps some public say, why they give you? No, but I agree with that, no problem. Please.
No, we had discussions about we have too many signs, which this 99% watching Olympic Games, they don't understand us, you know. I think it's, I was the other day, I was watching Taekwondo, and they make some show I didn't understand. So I consider that the people who are not judokas, they don't understand us. So for us, this is clear, but nobody knows what is this. Nobody knows. So I think for the purpose of like a TV live or transmissions, I think less gestures we will have, be more friendly for spectators, because you have many sports where you have like a yellow cards or you have like a false and this, but they never show it. In the football, they never show what happened. They cannot show like this, just the yellow card. And this we were commenting that it could be the solution in the final block, at least in the final block, to show this action for the speaker to explain, you know. But to show everything, we understand, but it's difficult for people from outside, which we want them to come, to accept this gestures, you know. Because we have, you know, imagine we show this, you know, we show this. This is for us it's clear, but this is it's very. You see other sport, you are not you don't understand. I see Taekwondo, I didn't know what they are showing. So
Thank you, Vladi. No, it's okay, but if we don't show some signs, we shouldn't show any signs. What you cannot do is show some signs and not others. I mean, or we cancel all the signs, but what we cannot do is doing like this for a force attack and giving Hansokumake without doing this. You understand what I mean? I mean, the point is, or we cancel all the signs, but what we cannot do it is some signs yes, some signs no. This is, I totally agree with that. But if we make a final conclusion, should be no signs at all. But what we cannot do it is this. This is valid, and this is not valid. This is valid, and this bridge is not valid. So this is what, if further discussion, obviously, what Vladimir is absolutely, I mean, clear and obvious. But again, we must make a final conclusion, because I remember when we make a decision to don't show to anybody, some people say, yes, but why you give Hansokumake, you know, even the coaches ask, so this is a debate that it will be very interesting for the future.
yeah. I have, but I tell you why is Hansokumake, why they people, I can answer, you know, when is Hansokumake, or where is Shido? And then a question, why is this Shido? For coach, a coach is asking, we are asking, referee is asking, judge is asking. So if these people asking, why is this Shido? So why is it Shido if we don't know for what is Shido? You understand me? If you don't know why is Shido, if the coach why is Shido, if the judges they don't know why is Shido, why is Shido?
And
It must be clear. It must be clear that we know exactly why is Shido. Not that somebody must to tell me why is Shido with a sign. If it's not clear, why is Shido then? This is my explanation that if the referee has to tell to me why is Shido, it must be seen. It must be clear it's Shido. It's like in football. Foul is clear. They don't have to say why. And it's my, like more working with people from TV and people outside of judo, and they give me questions which is very difficult to answer. It's difficult to answer because they speak different language, and they are right because they are speaking a language. They have their own interest to have a public. This is their job. But sometimes they are giving good questions that we don't have a correct answer for them. But
Thank you, Vlad. No, again, the debate is simple. Or we cancel all the signers, or we allow all the signers. What is not possible is to 50-50, because this is not working. But again, we can discuss about that. But so far, we need to, if we explain for one situation, doesn't matter Shido, Hanso, Kumake, we must be consistent to show in the other side. Because in Waki-Gatame, everybody understand why you give a penalty, but we need to show. And again, in diving, we need to show, because some people say, why Hanso Kumake? It was a fantastic action. And the referee should make a gesture to explain the diving. But I totally agree. It would be perhaps better don't have any because now we have bear hug, we have blocking, we have false attack, we have out, we have in, we have everything, And the truth is, I agree with you that it's terrible. But again, we should find a logical solution, because even in soccer, you have an assistant who is the flag when there is how do you call it in soccer? Offside. And so that means that in every sport, but it's true that in our sport we have so many explanations about everything that it could. But I agree. I think in the near future we must find perhaps only one gesture that means that is a small technical mistake or big technical mistake. You understand? Once, not necessary for every situation, this and that and that and that. But for instance, technical mistake, one gesture. Hanso Kumake or big mistake, another one. But it's good. We promise to discuss, to raise this issue, and please help us. Yes.
I agree, but I think it's because we have so many small rules. Because, for instance, I'm watching a match from this side, and the athlete, for instance, grab the leg on the other side. For me, it's very difficult to understand why the referee says Shido. Yeah. Because we have, in Shido, maybe 20, 25 small things to give Shido. So for doing that, in football, for instance, the rules are very short. So it's not so many things to have. But it's difficult, and also judo is a very, very, very complex sport. So it's almost impossible just to simplify. We can, but we need to simplify also the rules. Maybe eliminate everything and give the opportunity to athlete to do. But as I said, and my experience also, when I'm seeing the public, for them, it's easier to see when the referee says something. Right now, I don't know in the future, in 10 years, but right now it's easier to, okay, it's the leg or something like diving, etc., because it's almost impossible to see everything and they don't have videos. We have, but they don't. So maybe it's this kind of things. It's important to discuss this.
Thank you very much.
We have advantage that many times to our meetings, technical meetings or executive meetings, they are invited top media people. We speak about the people from CNN and from Euronews and so, and they have a different they see differently, because when you mention correctly that you want to see what happened from the other side, why was that, I mean, to tell it very strongly and not politely is that these people, they don't care about you and they don't care about me. They care about 50 million people who are on TV. and they don't understand these our gestures. No, they don't understand. I mean, they don't know what is this. If you take your boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, you show them this 25 gesture, they will not understand, not even one. So, and this is reality. But we cannot go like this or like this. We must really. This is a debate how to make it friendly for the people.
Okay. Thank you very much. We continue. '98 is same. Okay. You can see the most of these cases, Uke react. Look the reaction of Uke. You see, he has time. He has time to put the chin over the chest and falling on the back, but he doesn't want to do it. That's the reason why he's falling like this, okay? And turning the body completely immediately. In that case, it's better to give Hansokumake, right?
And abbiamo saltato il 97.
97?
Abbiamo saltato.
Okay. The same. It's slow, but he's trying to avoid the landing using his head. And look the reaction. You see? Immediately. This is a very good, because if we are not a clear opinion, if it is yes or not, we say Ajime. We never make a big mistake if there is not unanimous decision between the supervisors and the directors. Must be yes, 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 Hansokumake. If yes, no, Ajime. That's the point. 99. The same, the same. All these cases, we check carefully. The referee, that as you say before, only perhaps one position, no problem, mate. And after we give the final conclusion, okay?
In più lui mette pure la mano. Qua mette pure la mano.
Sì. 100. In this, we say no head defense. Why? Because there are some actions that, because Tori is very low and the arms are very stretched, perhaps Uke cannot have another possibility to escape. And he look carefully, step by step. Yep. And now a little more. You see, it's practically with no possibility of reaction. Somebody can say, yes, but doubt, benefit of the doubt, Ajime. But in this situation, it's not so clear that he tried to defend with the head. That's the reason why we say no head defense, even if it is a very big impact and dangerous, but this is totally different. Okay, 101. You see, here, practically no time. He's falling, but he's not that trying to avoid this. Look now. He tried to put the head down, only that in the impact, the head is up. But in the, before landing, he tried to defend the action, you know? He cannot do anything. Eh? You can put again.
The other side.
Other side, look. You see? And of course, after the impact, there is a slippery, his head is slippery a little. But the point is that in this case, it's not 100% head defense. It's only impact on the head, and in this case, of course, if there is a score, wasari. If there is nothing, and there is a question of mate, but no penalty at all. Okay? 103?
2.
102. a little similar. Look, he's not 100%, you know, he's no time, he's so quick, so low. Okay, again, the protocol in these situations is simple. You have a unanimous decision between the referees and the supervisors team, 100% unanimous decision, Hansoku. Not completely 100% unanimous decision, Hajime. And in some cases, it's so obvious that it's not head defense, that Hajime. Clear? Thank you very much.
Also, the technique in rolling, the
Yeah.
white one rolling, is not directly on the look. Rolling,
Yeah.
the white one
Yeah, yeah.
is not directly on the shoulder.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, please.
Please, it's very important what was shown now to distinguish between when somebody threw me on the head, you know, and I have no time to
Yes.
escape.
Yeah.
It happened. And it's very difficult, very difficult. It's very important to distinguish,
Yeah.
like was in this case, that he's not landing like this. He's just, you know, and we protect the tactic, you know, like advice. Throw him on the head, you will win anyhow, or will be breach, or you will get a ippon or whatever. So this is really to protect the uke, which has no other possibilities when only it's like a ippon soinage and one knee and so on, very very fast and very from the low position. You know, it must be really. He has no other choice.
Also,
I mean,
because the white one is turning on his body,
yeah, well.
it's not directly.
But I mean,
on the shoulder.
but
sorry,
this is
I mean,
not so important.
it's
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
not
yeah.
important.
Not important
Generally,
totally.
I have no any
This
other
is-
chance that
but it's not important
he's throwing me
about
on the
it's
head.
important about
Okay.
Suki, no?
This is not the best case, but
As you are saying, sometimes so the surikomi goes very low and directly. You have no time to react, and for that reason, we must be consistent and we must be clever, and we must use our common sense to say, if it is not something that he tried to be negative, come on, let's go. Because as you are saying, and this is very clever, in that way, if every impact is Hansokumake, everybody is going to try to teach the players to throw over the head, you know, and this would be a disaster. Okay, 104.
3.
No, 3? Okay. The same. No real head defense, good action, Wasari, it's okay. Look. Okay. Score, but no head defense. Thank you. 104. Same. Very low, directly on the head, but no real intention of defending with the head. And after, of course, in this case, nothing, because he's turning the body. If it is the case on the side, Wasari. If it is on the back, Ippon. 105.
you know, he's not lifting his head. He's
Yeah.
just thrown on the.
Exactly. Clear for everybody, yeah? 105. Practically the same. No very low action. And one more time. Look. Orote, not head defense. 106. This is Hatsukumake. Because the action, look the place that he has, stop. He can have a different reaction, but he clearly is going like this. In this case, we believe that it should be penalized with, so, up, you see? 107. as well. Within, Uke has time to react. Space enough, look, you see? He could do different, in order to fall on the back, but he doesn't want to do it. In this case, it's advisable to give hansoku. But again, any doubt that you have, wait, check carefully, but all of us, and after you receive the information according to the final conclusion. 108 as well. Also, he has time to defend, but in another way that is not hitting with his head. Look, he wants to do it. Okay, clear for everybody. Again, I make a simple reminder. Clear action for bridge. Ipon. Impact with the head, using that head to avoid the landing on the back, and it's obvious because this and that. Hansokumake. And after, you can continue the competition. Impact on the head, but it's obvious that no chance to defend or to do any other thing. Hajime. Some doubt, benefit of the doubt, hajime. Clear? With these, let's say, points, I think we can solve, and you can solve consistently these situations that can be really dangerous. What is our aim? I repeat, I told you before. Perhaps not in 2 months, in 3 months, but we are sure that in 4 years, in 2 years, we are not going to have so many situations like this. Why? Because the players know, or they are going to know, that they are going to receive or Ippon because they are trying to make a bridge, or Hansokumake if they try to defend with the head. So we are convinced the same that I told you about Kanibasami, Kawasugake, all these situations that diving, we cannot see practically anymore because the players know exactly that there is a big risk and they are going to receive, let's say, or Ippon or Hansoku. Okay. Now we are going to watch some actions similar to Waki-Gatame, because there are as well, for instance, when Vladimir Barta talked about the Lebanese fighter that create a scandal, is because not every time is a Waki-Gatame situation. It's try to hurt to the opponent with some type of techniques. That means that sometimes it's Waki-Gatame, sometimes it's using the chest, sometimes it's using the... And this is what we want to talk about that. Not only Waki-Gatame situations, but different situations that can harm the opponent, okay, right? I mean, with this intention, you should receive Hansokumake and out of the competition. Okay, let's watch some of them. Okay, normally as well, ladies and gentlemen, there are some key points for that. First, when only one hand or 2 hands to the same side, more or less these situations are for penalty decision, you know? Because here, not intention to throw, only intention to block the arm and can be very dangerous. Okay, look. It's blocking with the arm, but also with the body. Okay, another one. $110, yes?
10.
Oh, the same. You see? It's blocking. Look the action. Clearly, very dangerous situation, okay? In this case, mate, check, Hansokumake, out of the competition.
Impossible unbalance.
Yeah.
Impossible to throw.
111. Yeah, the intention, the intention is not to throw, is to look. And now again, well, of course, and this is not a joke, you know. This is very dangerous in some situations, and somebody can be injured for many, many months. Okay. 112. The same, you know, only with in one side with no show again. You see, only or one hand, or this is impossible to throw the opponent. Only you can harm. Okay, clear, eh? Clear. Blocking, you see, and throw into the mat. Oof. And of course, pain, injured, blah, blah, blah. Okay, another 113. Same. Okay? No chance to escape. And again, we want to deter all these actions without any possibility to throw the opponent, and that can be very, very dangerous. This is 100, yes?
14.
Yeah, please.
So we had one
Wait.
case, you know, when happened something similar. I know exactly who was the countries, and the lady coach, it was a ladies. Lady coach came, we gave Hansakumake to the player of the coach came, was very complaining, very strongly complaining, and during the complaining, the uke, or the hard one, was in hospital 3 months. 3 months. And then she realized that the complaint is a shame, you know. Then she realized 3 months out from the competition. So it's not enough even to sometimes to give only Hansakumake, because your opponent is 3 months out. You can go to the next week to the other competition like nothing.
No, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sorry, watch this action. Hansakumake or not? Watch again. Stop. We were not so sure because at the beginning there is a real grip in both sides, and after she's losing the look. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Now step by step. Step by step. Step by stop. You see? She tries to throw with both hands, but after she's losing the grip, but she is not trying. You see? Continue.
But she's going outside of the arm.
Eh?
She's going outside of the arm.
No, it's accidental, you know.
But we believe that in this case we have some doubts.
Accidental.
Again, if you have some doubts, better don't give, because the truth is that the intention from the beginning is to try to throw. Only that she's losing and the arm is moving, but not really to try to injure the opponent is what we are believing, or at least we have some doubts. Yes?
Well, it's a very good question. You know, we don't have this rule, but Daniel just commented me answering to your question. It should be the same 3 months out as your opponent. But this is, we don't have rule for it.
Not
But
yet.
it-
No, I mean, is that something?
Yeah, but it's a very good question and logical one. You
Not
know?
yet.
If I hurt somebody, so I can go to compete and he is in the hospital. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Listen, what you are talking about, this is when we discuss about evolution of the rules. Why we took the decision of 2 Hansakumakes, because no fighting. Now what you are explaining here, we must be, as you say, logical, because if you injure somebody and you only have this competition that you are out, it's not fair. And all these things we are putting on the table in our further discussions. We should find a solution for all this. That's the reason why every time we are finding that the judo is ahead of us, you know? And we need to, it's like doping. You must always try to find some solutions because you realize that something is wrong. And this is one why we open the door to have a continual changing of the rules in order to ameliorate all these things that they are not completely good. Thank you. Oh, yeah?
For situations like this where you get on Kumaki and you knock someone out for 3 months, is anybody tracking, like, if the same person is knocking 4 or 5 people out?
We had this case. I don't want to say
Yes.
the country.
But we had.
We had this case, and also was girl making like 3-4 times the same thing. I have to say, I'm ashamed to say, but I must repeat, we have no rules here for this. And what Mr. Barco said, it must be solution for this. Cannot let that.
Thank you very much. Okay, 115. Well, 115 is not Waki-Gatame, but as we say before, now it's not permitted. Because it's in Kansetsu in Tachibaza. That means, so far it was not let's say, a penalty, but now it should be mate, shido. Clear?
But the uke is injured now, right?
No, come on. When you give shido, interesting what you are asking. Thank you very much. That means if it is nothing serious, mate shido. If you broke the stop, mate hansokumake. You understand? That means depending. In this situation where really it's not, yes, it's painful, but it's not injured, it's not directly to the ground, okay, you give. But if clearly he broke the arm, in that case, you could apply the logical rule of hansokumake, okay? Thank you very much.
Well, sorry, but
Yeah.
couldn't we in this one because it's too fast and the impact on the elbow is too
Yes.
you need to take
No,
it to the
no,
floor.
no. In this case, look, he's quick in the control, but not hard, no harming the arm, or no harming the, after is of course it's painful, but his intention is not harm the elbow. His intention is quick to try to get a situation of kansetsu. But again, now, mate shido. If he's something very serious and you harm the opponent, in that case you could apply, obviously, hansokumake. 116? This is, yeah, this is not very, very polite for to say something. Of course, the referee should give mate earlier, but it's not for hansokumake purposes, okay? Not the case. 117.
It's a bear hug.
Yeah.
2 shidos in
2 shidos in a row. 2 shidos in a row. That's okay.
with 2 showing, first one and second one.
And we can give even the third one. 1, 2, 3 in a row.
First one is in.
Okay.
Second one.
118.
Back bear, 18.
18. Hansokumake. 17 we didn't watch?
Yes.
17.
Okay, we watch this one.
Well, this one's 18. Hansokumake, clearly. We watch again, but put the 17. Look, 18. Hansokumake.
Directly.
2 hands in one arm without intention to throw, but to here 117. Hansokumake? Not hansokumake. Both hands in both sides. Watch again. Look. both hands up. It's two hands, and he can roll. He can roll. He cannot. He cannot. He has the possibility to escape. She has. Sorry, she has the possibility to escape. So in this case, it's not Hanso Kumaki. 190.
No, no.
Also here is in the watch from the other side. The same. The intention is to throw the opponent with two hands. So in this case, even if you lose one of the hands, it's not, look, you see? After he's losing the grip, but his intention was to throw, not to harm the opponent. And 120. Sorry? Hanso Kumaki or not, the Brazilian people? What is your opinion? Hanso Kumaki. One more time? Of course, Hanso Kumaki. Bah! Eh? This is not throwing. Look, he's very, very, very dangerous, you know, because now you can see the real pain of the opponent, because and no intention to throw, only to harm. Hanso Kumaki, of course. You see the, and the last one here. Same. Watch carefully. Now. See, bah, eh? That's the point. Very, very painful. Okay. Okay, guys. One very important thing we were talking before. Sorry, this is the last one. Yes. You see, painful. We were talking that we are very satisfied because the truth is that, generally speaking, it happens more in the past because a lot of controversies. No, yes, and now, honestly, I believe that. Well, we have some difficulties if we cannot see clearly, but generally speaking, we have the same criteria, and we have the same understanding. And again, even if in some cases we agree or we disagree with the rule, what is important is that the application of the rule can be acceptable for everybody, okay? Well, now we continue with some clips, and we go to tell me your opinion about this, if it is inside or if it is outside, if it is valid for scoring purposes or not. Out or in? Who is thinking out? In. In. Why? Because the action, sorry, we show again, the action start inside, they are going outside, but they are coming, there is action, reaction, but always in the same type of technique, you know? Watch again. Attack, control, valid. Why? We want to be also logical. When we are in Nevaza, we go for inside to outside, but there is a continuity, is valid for, let's say, for Osaikomi or Shimewaza or Kansetsuwaza. So in this situation, as long as there is not a break, if it is a break, it's different. If it is a break, mate. But if there is not a break in the action starting from inside, should be valid for scoring purposes. Okay? Thank you. Another example. Inside or outside? Outside. Thank you very much. This is totally different. This is a break, and after attack. And Tori or Tori in that moment is outside. Mate. No penalty because it's after an attack, but not valid for scoring purposes. Clear? So totally different to the other example. In this example, there is a clear break, and Tori is outside, In this case, mate, no penalty, obviously. 124, yes. The referee is giving mate. Who agrees with the mate? Should continue the fight? Fantastic, fantastic. The same concept. There is a progression starting for inside and a beautiful osaikomi. So not any reason to destroy this fantastic evolution in the groundwork. Okay? Of course.
You know, and in this situation, tell me how many possibilities during these 4 minutes Ungwari, the Hungarian, has to immobilize Japanese? One. And the referee takes it. So it's you know, it's really pity, eh? Many of you say pity, eh? Why he say mate?
More and more, our aim in IGF is to help the positive judo, not to destroy the positive judo. That's the reason why Nebaza Tachibaza, valid. All this outside, valid. As long as there is, again, dynamic judo, not breaks. This is the important point. And in this case, as you are saying, it's a fantastic evolution in Nebaza. Fantastic. And why to destroy this? No way. Okay, look again.
Always the white one.
Look again, look again.
The white
He's
one is always with the
and
one
the,
hand
and, the,
inside.
and the white
He's
is
building,
he's
building
like
it.
to escape. Fantastic osaikomi. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Very interesting. The 125.
Yes, sir.
Outside or inside? Outside. Very good. House outside?
No.
Outside. Why? One more. Inside. Valid. Sorry?
Now
If
we
it is
talk about
upon,
this.
yes. After one of our colleagues told me something about, yes, very good. She's doing well because she doesn't know. Sometimes this is another point that I want to give you, if you allow me, humble advice. When a referee gives ippon and after there is a fantastic osaikomi, and the two judges say wasari, even if they are right, don't do it. Because you make two mistakes. The referee one mistake for giving ippon and being wasari. But the judges made another mistake to destroy another wasari to give ippon. Understand what I mean? So, generally speaking, what is good is that you can say ippon, and even if it is a contradiction, osaikomi, just in case. And also to advise to the coaches to tell to the players, please, even if you listen ippon, but you have a good osaikomi, don't do anything until the referee tell, please move up. But again, if even in your heart is wasari, but you see that it is a good osaikomi, okay, respect the ippon because it will be a disaster. That because this situation, the other could lose the fight. Clear? In this case as well, is valid for scoring purposes. 100.
Cambiamo.
Yeah. Now, yes. Very interesting what we are going to watch right now. It happens more and more. And this is stretching the leg in a Shimewaza situation. Watch the action. You see, he's very happy. Watch from the other side. 126B. In the B is much easier to watch. You see? And he's abandoned because it's so painful. And it was clever the day before we were in Abu Dhabi. Vladimir gave a very, very good explanation. In this situation, nobody is, let's say, unconscious. Never happens that with this situation, Uke is unconscious. Why? Because it's not a real Shimewaza technique. It's so painful in the leg that you abandon because you cannot support, you cannot accept the pain, you know? So, tomorrow, Vladimir will explain better, but again, if you stretch the leg, immediately mate and shido, because you are doing something that is forbidden. Obviously, if you do something so dangerous that you injure the opponent, could be hanso kumake. But generally speaking, immediately you try to stretch the leg, mate immediately, shido for the guy who is doing, or the lady who is doing that.
So it's really extremely painful. Nobody gave up for strangulation. It's only painful. Nicolas, please prepare for tomorrow this position. But don't take any snake woman. Take a really a guy.
Or even Mr. The President, Mr. Tamura.
Yeah.
If he has some problem with him, tomorrow is a good. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but this is very important. Okay. Immediately, mate shido. Let's watch another example. You see? Mate shido. Okay, another one. 128. Mate shido. Again, stretching the leg. 129. Ipon, because here is not stretching the leg, he is controlling, totally different. So this is possible, and this is totally different, and in this case, Ipon.
Lo stesso atleta,
And he is the same athlete. And what he realized is that the first time he can have a shido, stretching the leg, but without stretching the leg is obviously valid. Okay? Yeah?
It's gonna be a situation that Uki is smart. He's just gonna stretch his leg.
No, yes, you are right. You are right. We discussed that. Thank God. Thank for your comment. But if the referee is watching that the leg, the grip is below and is not stretching, even if the other do like this, if the referee is clever and he knows how to use this technique. That's the reason why we are talking about the referees to train in the dojo and to watch all these things. Because if you don't have this feeling, if nobody apply this technique, you don't know what to do. And the other do like this with the leg and say, haha, stretching. No, but if you have a grip and you realize that you are not stretching the leg, because stretching the leg, you must have the grip much higher, you know? And that's what the difference. But it's interesting what you are saying. Obviously, every time we do something, the coaches and the players are going to be even farther. And that's the reason why we must react immediately. And to this question, again, is like this. If you have a higher grip and you stretch the leg, immediately matecido. If you have below you are not stretching anything, even if you do something similar to stretching, is valid. Okay, of course, everything can happen, but again, we must study why yes, why not. If you have a grip there, obviously you are stretching the leg. If you are the grip low, it's obvious that you don't need to stretch the leg. But you must learn in advance that. Okay. Last one, 131. The same. So, clear for everyone this situation? As soon as possible, mate, and immediately zero. Well, thank you very much. We go to another topic that is about false attack. Sorry, this is nothing changed, but it's interesting that we can clarify some examples where there are some doubts. Okay, this one, please, watch again and tell me your opinion. Who thinks no false attack? False attack? Everybody. Okay, obvious. 133. Yes or not? Yes? Yes, false attack, clearly. Why? No intention to, no kutsushi, no tsukuri, nothing. 134. This is so obvious, that means that. But by the way, the referee in that case didn't give false attack, okay? I don't remember. It's a guy. Sorry. I say the guy from Mexico is here. No. But to be honest, it would be a miracle if you gave a false attack here. Yes. Okay. Sometimes we must pull the leg, otherwise we don't enjoy. 135. Of course, no intention to throw. This happened, this is also, we should advise to all of you, please, not any doubt when there is leaving the grip, when there is on the knees, but many times, not every referee gives false attack for Sutemi action. Please, there are some situations where, especially at the end of the fight, especially and they are winning or they have some advantage, they do a lot, trying to show that they are active, that they are very, let's say, have this fighting spirit, but it's not true. And in this case, immediately, false attack. Thank you.
It's a tackle in football.
Yeah, 136. Well, clearly, when somebody loses the grip, totally not any doubt. 137?
Yes.
How many false attack?
Very good.
One question. You had you had these examples before, yeah?
No.
You learned these examples before, I'm sure. Come on. They were in meters
They
in the
was.
most of them.
I saw in the other
And,
side of the
and
video.
somebody
Yeah.
gave with the answers. Yeah.
This is Pan American judo.
This what I asking, you know. No, very good. Really fantastic, because this, and we can say why not. Somebody would like to tell me why not is not a false attack? There is a very key. No, there is a key action.
You know why?
You know why, somebody? Uke need to move with the body, with the leg, to avoid some type of action. Look, with the right leg, he cannot be like this. He need, you see, the action, up, and he need to react. And this is, in generally speaking, a very good point in order to demonstrate that he was not sure that he cannot be throwing, okay? So that's good. 138, very good. Well, this is clear as well, false attack. Look again. Look. No, really. 139. This example, we would like to tell you, is in the limit. But after he said, what is the idea to use properly the rules? That if this first time, some doubt, don't do it. But if he is repeating again, immediately sido. All right? So that means, that's for that reason I was talking before with the good coach. And we must be very consistent of the penalties, very consistent. But now we have an advantage. That is that because we need 3 sidos to be over, it's easier to give a third sido when you have 2. That means, I told you as well this morning, imagine that you have a fantastic 5, and after somebody make some type of false attack like this, and it's so close, so good fight that it's hard to give a sido. But now you have, if you are consistent with the sidos, if he's doing like this, if you have doubt, you don't give, but immediately the second thing you give. And fundamental from the beginning until the end. For instance, what happens now in some competitions when we have started these new rules? The referees, imagine there is a fight, no real fighting spirit, for 4 minutes, no one throwing technique action, and they arrive to the golden score without any penalty. And after the start, golden score for 6 minutes, and no one real throwing technique, no real, this is not good. Golden score should be like a real prize, because it was such a wonderful fight, nobody can decide in the first 4 minutes, and in the golden score, the players should decide. But if this is nothing happened in the 4 minutes, and nothing happened we cannot have a fight where nothing happens with 4 minutes of competition and 7 minutes of golden score if it is not a fantastic fight. Because we had this in the last World Championships, a fight of nearly 10 minutes between the 4 minutes and the golden score. Everybody clapping in the stadium. Why? Because it was so fantastic that everybody was happy. Nobody paid attention if it was, but generally speaking, most of the cases with no any throwing technique cannot be very long. Okay? As a guideline for you. I don't say every example, every fight is different. But again, you must take this into consideration, because if not, as before we say, if you are not consistent from the beginning and you don't give a penalty at the beginning, you don't give a penalty in the middle of the fight, you don't give a penalty, and after you continue with golden score, 10 minutes, yeah? But what happens there? Nothing.
No, it was important what Mr. Barkos said, that it's some privilege, golden score, not to continue with this disaster.
Yeah.
No, and we have sometimes in final block, we have nothing in 4 minutes, and with this disaster, we continue another 5 minutes, and from this 9 minutes disaster, we have slow motion on TV. I say the guys, please don't show anything from this fight. Show the face, couch, out. You know, because what do you want to show? A Shido to the right or a Shido to the left? It's very difficult. It's very difficult. And we had, I think it was here in Chile, in Pan America, we had a final in girls, you remember,
20-some minutes.
and they were clapping. It was one of the best, and these girls were like heroes here. Mm-hmm. This should be a golden scorer reason.
Thank you, Vladi. Okay, let's go 140, yeah? Of course, Sido as well. Clearly no intention to throw, only escape. 141. Not necessary to comment.
It was in slow motion. It was a Shido in slow motion. You know?
142. Shido or not? How many Shido? No Shido. No, no Shido. He was in the very limit, but not totally. Look again.
He must react. The Uke must react.
You see, Uke must react as well. And this is a good indication that something was more or less, even if it is in the limit, okay? But if it is not clear, okay, don't give penalty. All right. Now we are going to watch, this is also very important, about going out or pushing, because a lot of confusion. Sometimes as well, the penalty is given for one after they change to the other. This is not good for the understanding of anyone that loves judo. Let's see this example, 143.
Yes.
Okay, white, how many? Blue? Of course blue. Blue, block, and without no intention to attack. Look from the beginning. A clear, like this is impossible to work. You can do it as long as you attack. But look, he's not doing anything. Look. Blocking. The other cannot do anything. Look, anything. You see, and the other block. Penalty for blue. 144. You see, the same. No real attack, but blocking and pushing. Shido white. 145. You see? No real actions, only... Shido blue, that's okay. On the 6. Same. He looks the white active, but he's not trying to attack. He's nothing. He's only showing that the other is in a low position. Shido for white. Okay, please. Para.
You know, it's very important to distinguish who wants to fight and who wants to only show. Because this rule is not so long, it's a few years. And because after we said he is dominating or she is dominating, but he's not dominating. He's spoiling the fight, you know. Mm-hmm. And when you really distinguish, when you make a good decision, they never repeat it, you know. When I do this, we will show tomorrow on the mat. When I do this, and some of them who are like looking for Shido, they are even watching the referees, you know.
Yeah.
And if once you give Shido the other one, I will never change. I don't need to throw. Why? If referee is following me this trick, so it's very, you know, we will explain tomorrow more on the mat. It's very important to, all those decisions are very good, you know. They penalize really the one who doesn't want to fight.
Clear? Thank you, Vladi. Okay, let's continue. This is the 147. Also pushing, but also the other one is negative, you know. So in some cases, extreme cases, because normally it's better to give a penalty to one or to the other. But in this position, it will be possible to give to both, you know, because one is doing like this, but the other is escaping as well. So in some situations, it's acceptable to penalize both for a negative attitude. Okay, thank you. 138. 48, sorry. Well, possibly it's very short. Perhaps if something like this happens, if it is, the referee can give mate and not necessarily if it is too short and the judogi is, let's say, in a difficult position. But generally also, you see, the blue one is trying to show his power, but not doing anything. Only with this grip. Okay, but it's too short. I mean, yes?
How do you take into consideration, so blue's crushing white, white's attitude towards being crushed, whether they're trying to escape or just accepting the position?
Yes, what we are saying, that means that if you use as well to escape or to that the referee give the penalty to the other, you can be penalized both, you know? That's also the possibility. But generally speaking, if you see somebody only to do like this, in this moment, it's clear that the penalty should be given to the blocking. If you see that the other, as we say in one example, is also escaping, you can give both. Or imagine that you have a good grip and the other is going down, you can give to the other. That means it depends on every situation. Thank you. 149. No, that's now another group. That's, as we are saying, it's very important to define who is pushing or who is going out by stepping out by himself or by herself. So let's watch this first example, 149. Blue or white? How many white? Blue. Of course blue. Blue. But some people, a little pushing. Yes, but you are in the edge. It's your risk. So if you want to don't have this risk, go in the middle of the mat. But if you are in the edge and you go out for any small pushing, it's it's your fault. So, Shido for blue. 150. Sorry, blue or white? How many white? How many blue? Here, from the middle of the mat, the only intention of the blue is to push out to the other, even with his head. Look, no any intention. Look, stop. Okay, now it's all right. But now look. Even pushing the head. Penalized for the blue. 151. No, here is for white, because white, the other has the opportunity to play some tactics, but the other is in the edge, he's moving out, it's his choice. He can attack, he can turn around, but he cannot go out. So the penalty is for white. You see, also the position is very low. He maintained the foot outside. 152. Clear white, yes? Okay? Again, only intention to push the other out, very clearly. Sorry, 153. One more time. But here is so easy. Blue Shido for going out. 144, 54, sorry. Very interesting. Blue or white, no other choice. Who is penalizing the white? Who is penalizing the blue? Okay, we watch again and please, everybody, if you are so kind, give the opinion. Okay, white, how many? Less than before. Blue, blue. Why? Somebody can say yes, the other is pushing, but there is a preparation, but the body of the white is not pushing with the head, is, okay, preparing the action, and he's the right to do this, but he's not pushing and using his head to push out the other. So in this case, the blue has a lot of possibilities, not like before. The others, if you push with your head and that. So this is interesting. Similar from the starting in the middle, but totally different approach, different concept. Okay, thank you.
You know, the attack or the danger of the white is like Koga style.
Yeah.
So, you know, you go like this and you are attacking. So he's escaping. He's really escaping because he's in danger. He's in, he cannot, if he stops, it's contrary action. So it's different. You know.
Thank you very much. Okay, 156. 55. Okay, 55, yes.
Is it the same?
Well, clearly blue, okay? Not any reason to move up. 156. The same, blue is going out very easily. 157. We decide here no shido, because it's like a type of attack going out. In this case, where there is clear doubt, better don't give to anybody, you know? Because he's trying to attack, moving out, but after an attack. We believe that is in the limit, but not penalty. Well, I believe that is another one, 57? No.
No.
No. Very interesting, because more or less as well, we have a clear idea that this has not changed. Only we must discover the real intention of Tori Ofuke in order to give a penalty one to the or the other. So we go to the last group about Kumikata, saying something important. Stop. All the Kumikatas, if there is orthodox Kumikata, no problem, you have a long time, a maximum of 45 seconds to attack. If you don't have an orthodox Kumikata, that means one side, cross grip, belt, a pocket grip, a pistol grip, you should attack immediately, okay? If you don't attack immediately, you have the risk to get a penalty. Clear for everybody? This is the as general guideline. After every example is a little different. Let's watch 158. Watch again. In this case, we believe that it should be penalized, the white one, because he's blocking without attacking, okay? In this case, but it's not very good example, no? It's not one of the best examples. Okay. It's like this written, but okay. 159. 159. We think as well that here the white is also blocking clearly. You see, and after that you will see. Sorry, is with the leg. Using the leg at the beginning, yes, let's watch again.
No.
Now, he's using his leg, her leg, sorry, to break. In this case, shido for white. Okay, thank you. 160. The same situation.
No.
You see, it's in the limit, but it's trying like to defend. 161. Okay, one side, the blue one. Shido. 162, yes. In this case, we believe that both of them are guilty. Both of them has a grip that they cannot let go, one in one side, the other blocking. In this case, it should be convenient to give one and to the other the shield. Not only one. 163. And the blue hit the hand to break. Look now. One more. Okay. So, Shido for blue. This is typical. 164. Okay, one side, without attacking, only blocking. Immediately, no attack. Shido. The same, no immediate attack. Belt, Shido for blue. Okay, guys, we have finished all the program, all the clips, because I prefer that tomorrow we can have a nice time for the practical part. I really appreciate that we can finish all these examples, because last week in Czech Republic, they need 3 days to finalize all these. No, very good. And now I want to show you, before leaving, because again, tomorrow is very important, the practical part, and if you have any questions. But we have more or less watched all the changes, all the different interpretations. Do you have any questions? Well, this I can tell you honestly. It was the first competition in Tunisia, and still we need, all of us, to adapt this concept of Shimewaza, because it's quite normal, because we talk about touching the back and so on, but we need to be together, the supervisors, to clarify this point, because still there are some misinterpretation, even between us. Imagine if we have not the same interpretation, what can happen with the others, you know? You have this?
No, it's similar.
Okay, it's similar?
Yes.
Okay.
Just now.
You see? This is very interesting what we are talking about. The referee gave ippon, but it cannot be ippon because it's a kansetsu in Tachiwaza. So, even the referee is totally confused. Imagine the public. So that's one of the reasons why this side finished. You see? Ippon. And of course it was not ippon. And there is another very important point. Continue and stay in the... Look. Stop there. Stop. Okay. The referee gave ippon, but it was a fantastic situation for Shimewaza, for Osaikomi. And after, the refereeing commission should say, no ippon, cancel ippon. But canceling ippon is also canceling a fantastic opportunity in Shimewaza for Osaikomi. So this is crazy. If you go to Shimewaza using a kansetsu technique, it's not anymore valid mate and shido. That's the change. That's the important change. That means that in this situation, before going to Shimewaza, mate, and immediately shido. But what I'm saying is, in this situation, it was terrible. The referee gave ippon and it was not ippon. And after the refereeing commission should cancel the ippon because it was not valid for scoring purposes, and after it was a fantastic offside komi, I'm talking in the past, you understand? Yeah. And that's why we make such a decision, because there are some situations very similar where the referees made the mistake because perhaps the idea is not clear. What is this?
From Nevaza to Shimewaza.
Ah, yeah. This is different. Watch this action. Okay, valid. They are coming from Nevaza, but now in Tachibaza, no dangerous situation, not any reason to give mate, continuation, score.
Good example.
Okay?
It's nice as well.
This we talked before and it's okay.
Kaeshi they don't give.
They don't give?
No.
Yeah. Well, obviously, this is absolutely, you cannot say that he, stop when he touched on the back. Stop. Of course, he's touching on the back, but it's nothing to do with that. The idea, that's, as I told you before, he was a little confused. Why? Because the action is already left. That is the real, in the kata, we have this situation. So that means that, you see, he's already a little more in the air, and the action should be valid as a score for the kaeshi. Because even if he's touching on the side or on the back, but the action is already left, understand? Totally different than we saw before. So this action should be valid for scoring purposes for this counter-attack, this Shimewaza technique, okay? But there are other similars that can create confusion. Do you have another situation?
Yes.
And that last one should be blue got an entanglement Shido after that?
So one more, sorry.
Which one?
No, the example before, could be, I don't know, I was only watching, but it's possible that you are right.
Which one?
L'esempio
Sì, che voleva?
che voleva fare avanti. Questo apparentemente prendi la gamba. No. This is not. This is trying to do something. This is not entangle the leg.
No.
Of course, but he tried to throw. No, it's valid. And the kaeshi is valid as well. This is different. Yes. Another. What is this?
The same. Kaeshi. It touch, but is
Here as well. That's what stop. That is stopping the more.
now it's coming.
Stop. But in this situation, according to our rules, this should not be valid for scoring purposes because the back is totally, look, a little more. You see? I know that is a good kaeshi, but could be that the refereeing commission could cancel this situation to say is on the back, you know? But if the action left before, it could be considered for scoring purposes. Look. But in this case, before, not any doubt, Shimewaza. Now, it's possible. I prefer to say, I am reluctant to say that it's not a score. But we must be careful because now we say that there is a contact on the back, clearly on the back, should not be considered for scoring purposes. Okay? But again, I want to discuss with my colleagues, but because for me, for instance, this action should be valid,
Yeah,
because it's clearly a good control, a good
Also for
Kaeshi.
me.
But again, I don't want, if happens something like this, it's better to avoid a misunderstanding, Hajime, all right? When we make a final conclusion, we will prepare some clear examples to distribute to all around the world to make sure that you don't get confused. If something like this happens and you see that somebody's on the back, don't give a score right now. If after we sit together and we make a final conclusion about different examples, we prepare some clips, we distribute to everybody, and we say, in this case where there is the body turning and something like that, and control and it's possible. But I prefer to be a little cautious about that. Another example?
No, finish.
Okay.
A question about that clip. Is that a Kaeshi? Because he looks like he went straight to the back trying to get the Tanatoshi, not like a Kaeshi was.
That could be that the other, like a kind of ouchi,
Yeah.
could be on the air. And for this, we talk about Gaishi.
Again, all the problems that we had in the past have been always about attack counter attack. Attack Kaeshi-Waza technique. And we want to avoid that because for many people don't understand that. And that's what we want to make it easier. There are clear examples where Tori from Tachiwaza throw the other. We saw one before. This is clear. But in this case, where it can create some confusion, it's better to don't give to one, don't give to the other. But again, I'm going to give you some explanation because you cannot show this example that we have here, This that they show me.
Which one?
The example that I showed you the day before, that it was in Tunisia and they canceled.
Sí.
You have it?
No, could be.
Or if not, tomorrow we'll show you.
Tomorrow, sure. It's Romania? Yes.
One second, I can tell you. It's, listen,
Romania, France?
here
Romania, France?
is this one. Look, here. Oh, sorry. It was they sent me a clip. I wasn't in. Look, this one.
No.
Yes, it was. Look. You cannot see. Tomorrow we see. Okay. They sent me a clip from Tunisia, and the referee gave Ippon after the supervisors canceled. Okay, of course, they were there, they knew much better than me, but when I received the clip, frankly speaking, I think that we should discuss about that, because it was it's not a question to be right or to be wrong, it's a question to standardize the criteria, to be consistent, because otherwise, if I will be there, I accept the Ippon, and some others don't accept the Ippon. That means that there is some difference of opinion, and we must make it sure that this not happen, okay? You cannot watch?
I have.
You have? Oh, fantastic. But I ask, listen, it's my personal opinion. I don't say that I'm right. Perhaps what they are right, without any doubt, are the others. But for me, creates some confusion. And I was thinking, if I will be there as responsible from that match, in my opinion, should be Ippon. You find out?
Just yeah, I check the moment. One more. It's coming. I think it's coming.
Yeah. 1 second, we finish now.
I think it's coming.
Okay. Here?
Yeah.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. This one is this. Yes.
So we have private.
Okay. No, listen. I even didn't show to my friend Vladis. That means that we have now the opportunity as a group, to talk openly. We are not talking now the board or no. Watch this action is, or not?
No, and also the second.
No. Okay, for tomorrow.
No. We show me the second.
No, but this is.
No, it's really coming.
This one.
Yes, which second?
But this is fight.
This is fight. I have to.
Oh, I don't. Look, this one. Yes, here can be. No.
No.
Is Egypt?
Yes, Romania, Egypt, but
Continue. Okay. Ah, they cancel. It's a little early. They say they cancel. Here is coming. Yes, this here. Okay, please, again, don't take into consideration my opinion, and I will appreciate if you give me what is your opinion about that. Who is a score for white, please? I thank you. Not because I don't want, to be honest, the referee gave hip on, and after they say, yes, but it's touching with the back, but it's not the concept that we're going to. Look, he's totally losing the control.
The blood on the grip.
Go a little more. Stop, eh? Go a little more. Tonino? Here. Look, what is my opinion? In the kata, when you have uranage, or you maintain your standing position, the strength, throwing the other, and in this moment, uke is totally in the air, not any control. And Tori is in the right position to apply a fantastic action. And now, if you continue quick, I mean, in order to show the lad, boom. You see, even the legs, even the legs are in control. But again, when I received that, I say, wow, we must see, and I didn't show, I would like to show you today, but I didn't show. And to be honest, we must have the same criteria. Because as I tell you, in Tunisia, the referee gives hip on, and they cancel this situation. If I will be there, I will say, give him Ippon. This is a disaster for judo. So I can accept. If they tell me, Juan, no, this cannot be Ippon because it's touching on the back, okay, I accept. But in my opinion, this is a good example of a very successful Shimewaza technique. But again, it's only one humble opinion, no more, no less. No more valid because I am the head refereeing director than the others that can say no. Again, we are going to discuss deeply as soon as possible in order to make clear this situation. Show a normal motion again. Now, in normal motion is more interesting. Okay? Somebody is thinking no score, please raise your hand. Okay. Well, to be honest, tomorrow I think Vladi is we are going to enjoy with his knowledge, with his performance, with his capability for judo. But for me, it has been a great pleasure to be with all of you. Again, I don't know if you learned something, but we learn a lot because these small commentaries that you are doing, it serves a lot for our future development of judo. Thank you very much. Enjoy. And tomorrow, 10 o'clock, okay? And for 1 o'clock, we are thinking to finish, and you can go home, some of you, others stay. Tell me.
I suggest take a few minutes for a picture.
Oh, yeah. But no, it will be better tomorrow on white judogi. Much better to have a judo, please, tomorrow, white judogi, okay? Unfortunately, if somebody is not bringing the gi, it was decided as well in Mittersill, cannot be here, okay? Of course, if somebody is ill or somebody is injured or whatever, it's acceptable. But generally speaking, everybody that we are going to be here in white judogi, and we are going to have a nice day. Thank you again. Enjoy this evening. Bye.